Hi, my name's Suzanne Day, or Anne Wigglebottom is my pen name, and I run a charity and a business for stopping domestic violence. And I also I'm also a healer, and today I've got a healing for the world for the heart and the auric field repair. Okay, so I stand in the power of my soul. I see and act as the Creator does. I am the Creator. Rescue and harmonious developments for the world and all beings. I seal and protect this space with my life shield, which I activate now. I am protected from evil eyes, evil intent, low vibrational beings and energy. And I also use the numbers 8888 for divine protection. I now place these numbers around my auric field for protection. And this healing is done with permission from each soul before it is commenced. All those who do not wish to take part can simply say no, and they will not receive this energy. Okay, so this healing technology is not a replacement for medical and psychological treatment, but it's to be done in conjunction with it. As when you work on the spiritual realm, it then allows it to happen in the physical realm too. And most of the information from this healing is from my Genome healing course, and some of it's from my own personal downloads from Source. So I'm going to be using the sphere of living matter in this healing to fill in all holes, tears and rips in all auras of beings on earth. So we enter the sphere, and I stand in the fullness of my soul. I see and act as the Creator does. I am the Creator. Rescue and harmonious developments for all humankind and the world. And to my right, I feel eternity. I open up to the cool, static peace of this state, and I feel its presence. From here, I go to the fastest possible speed to the furthest point of infinity from my soul. I send a light impulse back to eternity. This impulse, the Creator's norm of perfection, carrying all the information about restructuring and regenerating of the entirety of my being and environment now. And I see in my mind's eye many tiny spheres develop around my body like a fine mist, forming one large golden sphere that encompasses me. I am my sphere of living matter. I now have all the information of perfection of my existence. Now the transformation of negative to positive starts in my whole body. At the same time, directly in front of my solar plexus, a smaller sphere of living matter arises. It is available for me to use at any time, and I can feel the sphere between my hands as a small, warm, bright sun. The structure of our consciousness is a golden colour. The sphere of living matter is also a golden colour. I now place with my hands these small spheres that I have created out of living matter into all holes, rips and tears that is seen on all beings of earth. So all the holes are plugged and repaired. And I am also smoothing down around where I have placed all spheres, so that they are now smooth and of perfection from God, with no bumps and hard edges. And I see all of this happening with my mind's eye. I watch with the lightness of my hand. I proceed with my work, so that all auras are full, complete, and without any damage or holes. Now, no entities can enter and infiltrate any beings on earth. The beings of the earth will now be better protected and kept safe. I have also been given light codes from the universal keepers to help the beings of earth in their journey of ascension to a higher frequency on earth. I am placing these codes around and into all auras of all beings of earth. that are able to process and receive these new light codes into their DNA and aura. I am now asking the auric fields and the higher realm to return to all beings all lost information, DNA and light codes that have been lost in other lifetimes. And I say to the higher realm, thank you for returning this to us to use again, so I can help Mother Earth and all beings and animals. I see all of these beings on Earth with their new light codes, and I say, light code, switch on and activate now. I also have been given symbols, which I will use from time to time too. I now have these symbols of the universe, which I will use for good of all beings on Earth. These are available for me and in my field to help with the upgrading of the beings on Earth. I will now open all doors that have been closed to beings of Earth. I hold this key in my hand, ready to use and help all beings who require this assistance. I have the keys to the universe. I am asking the guardian angels to send in the right information to me to use for good for all beings on Earth. I am healing all lifetimes and dimensions in this universal plane. The universal magic is opening up for me to use on the earth as a healer and a giver of truth of knowledge. I have the guidance system in place in my field. I will remove all psychological control in all auric fields and minds of beings on Earth. I will remove all traumas and drama stories from all lifetimes who live in this universe. I am working with the star systems of the universe to help Mother Earth and all beings. I am now going to remove all implants not for good that are in all skulls of beings on Earth. I see these now in my mind's eye. I see implants in ears, eyes, brains, hearts and fields, and one at the back of the head. I see the fear implant that has been inserted into all beings on Earth, and I am now removing all of these implants now. I am pulling all of these out and removing and dismantling and turning them all to dust and ash. Now all beings on Earth are free and safe to go their own way that is best for them. They are free from any fear and control in every way. They feel and see truth now in their soul. Their higher self is calling them home to themselves. I will also be removing all entities from beings on Earth so that all beings are free to align to their own soul with truth and love so they can be themselves. All beings can now be themselves. They can be whole again. All soul fragments are returned to all beings, so all souls are now in their own soul. They are home. All soul fragments, I say, align and connect back again to your rightful soul now. Now I will work with the heart walls that I see in some hearts of beings on Earth. I will remove all walls and stones that I see, closing off hearts from love and hope from the universe and other beings. I am picking at these stones with my hands now. I remove all stones from hearts in need of repair and restoring back to the Creator's norm. I will dissolve all blocks that have been in place. I see these pieces of matter on the outside of hearts, the heart walls. I will use God's vacuum cleaner to suck all of this debris out and restore it to the norm of the Creator. I will place all the debris in the quarantine cube for restoration and transformation and send it back to the norm of the Creator. I will then send it off to the light. I now remove all walls, blocks, stones that have been covered in all hearts of beings on Earth now. I now look at the scars on all hearts, and with my hand I am removing and lifting off these scars, so hearts are now free again. I see these hearts now able to open back up again, back into love. So love is flowing again through all bodies, cells, hearts and minds. I have used God's sword to cut this unwanted material off now. I see hearts that are broken, and I will use glue from God to re-heal all broken hearts back together as one again, so they beat as a joined heart together in love. I will now inject a soul from God into all hearts of beings on earth to help heal and protect all back into love. Now I see all hearts beating back with love vibration again. I see a beam of light from my heart, which I am using to reignite the light to shine again in all hearts of beings on earth who have lost their light. Now I say, hearts, activate and open now and shine bright again. I have tones from the universe which I am placing in all hearts of each being of earth. These notes are from the givers of our universe, which is the heart of our world, our universe. Now hearts on earth will beat with a music tone of love and peace again. Now I will go to the feet of the beings on earth. I will anchor all beings on the earth plane from their feet chakra. In this way, beings can now stand in their own power. They will speak with their own truth coming straight from their heart. I will place the vibration of peace, love, strength, courage, and integrity into all feet chakras now. The beings of earth can now speak from their heart. They see and feel their own potential. They are open and free beings. I will activate and switch on this vibration into all feet chakras now on earth. I see the beings on earth now walking in their own truth and in their full power of their being. They are standing in truth. I will now look at all beings on earth, and I will remove all arrows, knives, hooks, cages, shackles, chains, walls and stones. I look at these now and I see these attacks in all minds, bodies, cells and fields. And I use my hand to pull out these from all bodies on earth now. I place these into the quarantine cube and I send them back to the light for transformation. All beings on earth are free from this assault and abuse taking place upon them. The beings on earth are now free from attack from others. I now ask all subconscious of beings on earth for all messages that need to be heard by the beings on earth. I now ask that all these messages the universe wants to give us are now being heard by the beings of earth. We can now hear this now. Whatever message each soul needs to hear, I ask now that it is heard by that being. All repressed anger, hate, fear, resentment and grief is now coming to the surface to be healed and released for transformation. I'm now seeing these emotions all integrated in all beings on earth. I now ask my middle eye and all middle eyes of beings on earth to open and align to seeing the truth of each soul's truth. All beings can now see their true potential and value. They are connected with their heart that is now open and free. And the positive affirmation is every day I am becoming better and better in every way, in mind, body and spirit. And the number to chant is to fix these results 917-38919. And I now cut all cords that I've shared with this healing group now. I use my hand to cut these cords now. I also cut all ancestral lineage that has been attached to this timeline. I see everyone having all roots ground deeply into Mother Earth, anchored into the Mother Earth from our feet chakras, which are open now. I bring these earth energies up through all roots and I fill all entire bodies now to 1 meter above all heads. We are now all perfectly balanced in spirit, heaven, matter, and earth. All that is within and around me is now transformed to the light. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is.